Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to talk to you about one of my very favorite topics right here today, and that is the value of consistency. Actually, let me put the word that I'm driven by into it, the impact of being consistent. And I'm going to give you 5 huge reasons why consistently producing content on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on your website, just content anywhere, everywhere, all the time, consistently, for moms to consume to learn about you, your personal brand, your passion, your conviction, to learn about your product, pediatric, prenatal, and family chiropractic, and drug-free, neurologically focused, subluxation-centered, life-saving, transforming chiropractic family care. So you can't get these messages out. No one in your community is going to know how much you care. No one in your community is going to know what you actually do and how many lives you can actually transform if you don't commit to consistency. Out of all the things we could ever teach you about marketing, this lesson right here matters most, and it's shown by number one. Number one, the value of being consistent with your content is it's required to break through the noise. There has never been a time where people are more marketed to, where they actually have more healthcare options. The coolest thing is that traditional medicine's dominance, the pediatrician and family doctors, they are literally going down, 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 down. And natural health, holistic, integrative, functional health, which is exactly where we can carve out our own blue ocean in a red ocean. That's another marketing conversation for another day. But they are so ready for us, but we're also in a very noisy time. There is so much on social media. There is so much online. And so there used to be research that said, hey, someone needs to hear your message, I think, 7 times. I kind of very much remember the number 7 when I was starting in practice and I was doing like radio ads and newspaper and getting out in the community. That's what all these marketing folks would tell me. You got to be everywhere in that traditional sense, because they got to hear your message 7 to 10 times before they're going to buy from you. Then I think a couple of years ago that went up to 17. And I don't know the latest research, but I bet you it's a lot more than 17. I honestly think it's in the 30, 40, 50 times. They need to see you, hear you, feel you, and just know you exist. So on the top of the flywheel, we call that attract or awareness. The biggest problem we have with pediatric chiropractic that so many of our PX docs and our PX docs platform is solving is truly just obscurity, lack of awareness. They don't know you're an option. So if you're not consistently producing enough quantity of content, you have no chance to break through. So the only thing I want you to worry about in order to get your message out is not its quality. You don't need I have been consistently producing content for the internet and if you take community, for 15 years. And I'll get to this. That's why I can afford a fancy studio and a fancy video like this. You don't need that to get started, but you need to commit to consistency. Number 2 is my favorite reason out of all 5 of these. When you show up every day with a helpful post, a helpful video, an inspirational testimonial, it shows your community how much you care. I don't think all 5 of these are very important rules of consistently producing content. This one matters most. When a practice literally never stops branding and marketing, when a personal pediatric chiropractor, when you never shut up, it actually shows your community how much you care. Anyone who is in it just for money, everybody's smart enough. They're savvy consumers. If somebody is in it just for money, they actually show up only when they need money. This is unfortunately how a lot of chiropractors market their practice. Oh man, new patients are going down. I better do a workshop. I better do some videos. I better play some ads, right? And when you're up and then down, when you're there and then gone, what it shows to your community when you actually do show up and they do see you is they see, oh, they need something from me versus, oh, they're here for me. And so when you're consistently showing up every single day and you never leave their feed and you never leave that community, they know how much you care, and there's nothing more valuable to than that, and there's nothing more congruent to hopefully how you're wired on the inside than that. So I think it's our responsibility. Number 3, the only way to get good, to get better, is through reps. So if you're held back right now from consistently producing content, videos like this, short form, long form, from writing things out and putting it out there and doing content, if your fear is the Karens and the naysayers and the negative comments and what are they going to say, especially if I talk about kids in chiropractic, are they going to ask for research? Nobody produces as much content as we do, and I'm telling you with absolute proof and conviction, it is 0.00001% of the comments. Some of our most viral Instagram reels, do they have a few on there? Yeah. Do you know what you do? Delete, block, ban, move on. You will literally have 999,000 fans for every one hater. And so, first off, if there's fear holding you back, go right through it, because every mom who goes to you, I'm so glad you made that video. I feel like God put that video in my Instagram feed for me. Those are words we hear every single day. That will carry you through, but you just have to get started. And then by consistently doing content, you're going to get good. You're going to get pretty entertaining. You're going to get pretty engaging. You're not going to be great in the beginning, and that's why you want to commit to consistency. Get those reps out of the way. Can you imagine being your patient in student clinic? I mean, my wife's neck is still healing 15 years later from me hammering on it while I was working on getting good. Content is the same way. Number 4, this is how you learn what works. And what I mean is what matters most to them. Do you know how many videos I've done that nobody other than my mom watched? Do you know how many content pieces I've written out that flopped? The only way I know that those don't have value to the community, and then the ones that went huge, the videos that had 100,000 views and plus and those things, because I know that I hit a chord. I know that I got to the heart and soul of what those moms in our community need, because I had enough reps to decipher that out. Those don't matter. These do matter. Perfect example. We literally just built a really, really high-end studio to produce content to take the message of pediatric chiropractic to the world. Not just for our practice, but we are now driving literally tens of thousands. Soon it'll be hundreds of thousands. And soon it'll be millions of views to www.pxdocs.com and our articles, videos, and the directory of all of our PX docs there so they can go to their offices. I know my first 6 months of content, I have my content plan already mapped out. I know exactly what's going to move the needle most because I can go back on PWC's Facebook, Instagram, and the content we've produced, and I can ranked the top 30 to 50 titles, topics, because I've done them. Because I've done 500, 1,000. Dr. Matt's done so many videos. So now that we've done so many, we know which topics to hit that cowbell. Remember that Saturday Night Live video skit? More cowbell, more cowbell. Well, you got to hit it enough times to see what they like. Number 5, here's why you want to consistently produce content and put it on the internet to change the freaking world with pediatric and family chiropractic. Guess who's not on the internet? Pediatricians. Guess who's not on the internet? Anybody who does not have the same philosophy that we do. They have gotten by the pediatrician, the traditional market, literally by just generational perspective, and it's just what you do. Well, that is shifting massively. The opportunity for pediatric chiropractic takeover is there right now. If you were to literally just stop when you get done with this video and think about 5 to 10 things that you have, do, or whatever are part of your life right now today, you learned about them because somebody who cared about them brought it to the internet, made a bunch of content, turned it into something that everybody else wanted too, and it caught fire, and it created an entire freaking niche. It created an entire product. It created an entire category of life that a bunch of us didn't even have before and never would have known about until somebody cared enough to never shut up about it. So if we, not just me, and PwC and the pediatric experience, if we all collectively commit to producing content on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, websites, YouTube, all day, every day, that is inspirational, telling stories of kids' lives changing through chiropractic, informational, breaking it down and teaching them how exactly it works, and then invitational, bringing them into our office, we will literally change the world in a matter of 7 to 10 years. If you study internet content patterns, who has? I have. You can see that we can actually do this. We need you. We need me. We need to all collectively be producing content consistently all over the internet, all the time, that fits those 3 I's: inspirational, informational, and invitational. And when we all commit to that, it's going to take work. It's going to take team. It's going to take technology. But we can do it because the the value, the impact that will come from it is enormous. And you know what? We'll benefit too because our practices will catch fire. I love you. I love this work we get to do. I pray that this one is longer than a lot of my other ones, but these 5 reasons really get you over that hump, over that fear of either A, starting to make content to begin with, or B, if you've just began, be more consistent. Post every day. If you need help, we have an entire social media posting guide and content calendar. We'll put the link in below. All you need to do is go to that link, put your name and email. We'll send it to you, including a free training video on exactly how we produce content on all the platforms every day, our entire system for free for you, because through you and your message, those kids and families in all of our communities will hear about us and will transform their lives. Love you. Get on that free guide. Any questions you got, put them below. Share this with somebody who needs to see it. Love you. See you on the next one.